Hey friends, hope you're doing well wherever you are at. I am on my way to work today because hustlers gotta hustle. But I wanted to share a couple things I've been thinking about over the last couple of days. I don't know if this is you. I'm thinking that it probably is, just because those of you who are following along, we kind of speak the same language and we're all here for the same reasons. And one of the things that I struggle with in my launching and scaling of my POD business is I hit these like peaks and valleys of encouragement and then discouragement. I'm on top of the world and then I'm terrible at this. I feel like I'm finally hitting my stride and then I stumble and fall on my face. So this kind of just up and down, up and down, up and down. And so I've been working really hard to think about ways to kind of reframe the things that I'm thinking about. And I got a couple of instances in this over the last week, but I'll share one in particular. But before I do that, if you're new around here, my name is Brandon. I started a print-on-demand business about 5 months or so ago when I was let go from my job. And I thought it would be fun to kind of document the journey in real time and also just provide a space here on YouTube where we can just have like real talk about what this hustle looks like. Everybody wants a side hustle, but nobody really wants to do the hustle part of it. I think YouTube is full of wonderful human beings who have shared a lot of great insights into how they've scaled their business and how they do their print-on-demand stuff, but I didn't resonate with a lot of it because the title is like, here's how I sold $1,000 in 4 hours in a brand new shop yesterday on a Tuesday morning. And that does not seem real to me. I'm sure that it is for that person, but I wanted a place where we could just talk honestly about what this really, really looks like. And so I've got no fancy camera. I've got no microphones. I don't edit stuff. This is all one shot. I stumble through my words a lot, but I'm glad you're here. So here is one particular instance this week where I had to kind of stop, and we can talk about mindset, we can talk about reframing, we can talk about self-taught, we can talk about all those things. This is all of that stuff. But I was doing a little just kind of scouring Etsy for, products that I had seen that looked like they were hot, that were selling well, that were kind of in my niche, like just doing some research on what some other sellers were doing. And I came across a shop that very much had the same vibe as my own shop. Same product types, same kind of brand voice. I have other videos where I talk about how I stumbled into my niche. This shop really mirrored my own niche, and I was looking at it and noticed that this person had only been on Etsy for about 11 months, but had made something like 3,500 plus sales, and just on. And I was looking at this going, my first instinct was, this person's really good at this, and I do not have any metrics even close to that. What am I doing wrong? Why isn't this happening for me? What is this person doing that I'm not doing? All of that stuff, right? And I became super discouraged. And we've all heard the phrase, right? That comparison is a thief of joy, right? And I could honestly say in that moment, all the joy that I'd been feeling about the progress that my shop has taken over the course of the last few months, gone, right? Like I was like, warm fuzzy feelings, not anymore. They went out the window when I saw this other person who's killing it and I'm not. So I had to stop and I had to think to myself here a little bit and begin to process, how do I reframe that, right? Because nobody wants to be discouraged, and discouragement happens, and I hope that this place maybe is a place where we can encourage one another. But I had to kind of stop and begin to think, how can I think about this a little bit differently, right? And so I jotted a couple of notes down here of ways to kind of stop this discouraging thinking, this discouraging self-talk. How do we reframe it? How do we flip the script? And here are a couple ideas that I have. The first one is this: I cannot see, nor can you, the back end of people's struggles. Okay, so I'm looking at this shop and I have no idea how many late nights this person has spent creating listings and designs. I have no idea how many hours on the weekends, how many, games of their kids that they've missed, I have no idea the back end struggles that this person has gone through to get a shop that's making, 4,000, 45, 5,000 sales a year. No idea what it took to get there. I have some ideas, but I don't know what this particular person's struggle has been to get to where they're at. And so instead of lamenting that I'm not there, I should be thinking about, wow, what did this person put into it to get to this point, right? I have no idea the back end or what other struggles people have gone through. And here's the truth in this is that you cannot compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 25, okay? This person is further along in their journey than I am. Just on their shop alone, they have 6 months on me, okay? Maybe they've done this before they open an Etsy shop. Maybe, there's 100 variables here, right? I can't compare my chapter 1, which is where I'm at, to somebody else's chapter 25. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to them. Doesn't do anything good for me. Doesn't serve me in any way. It just makes me discouraged and frustrated. And I remind myself, hey man, I am just in chapter 1, chapter 2. I'm at the very beginning of the story, right? This person is further along in the story that they are. And here's the biggest kind of aha moment that I had. Instead of being discouraged by this person's success in the same niche that I'm in, with the same products that I'm in, instead of that person's shop telling me I can't do it, that person's shop should be telling me that I absolutely can do it because this person is doing it, right? This shop isn't an indication that I can't get it done. This is absolutely a proof that I can get it done. This is a proof of concept. This is a proof that where I'm at in the Etsy world, the space that I'm in, it works. It's working for this person. I should allow that to be an encouragement to me, not an indication that I'm not doing it right. It's an indication that I am doing it right. That this maybe has the potential to go even further than what I thought it could go, right? This person's shop should encourage me, not discourage me. It's a proof that what I am trying to do is working for somebody else out there. So I shouldn't let it be a discouragement to me. I should let it be like, hey, you're absolutely on the right path. And so here's my nickel. Here's my nickel's worth of value in this video. If you don't take anything else from this video, here is what I would love for you to take. Yes, comparison is the thief of joy if the comparison is treated like a scoreboard. All right? Comparison can be fuel for the fire if it's treated as inspiration. All right? When treated as a scoreboard, I'm not winning that game, and it is going to be a thief of my joy. But when I treat it as fuel for the fire, when I look at it as inspiration, hey, look at what this person's doing. I can do that. It becomes fuel for the fire. And again, flip the script on how I'm feeling about how this person is doing and use that to fuel me and push me forward. I talk a lot about metrics. I talk a lot about the stories that they tell. Yes, metrics are important. This person maybe gets 100 sales a day. I maybe get 3. Okay, if I look at it as a scoreboard, I'm losing that game. But if I look at it as inspiration, now it becomes fuel for the fire, and I can see how it moves me forward. And so metrics should be used to push us forward. The only metrics that really count are the ones that are helping us to gain traction and momentum and move us forward, whether that's 1 step, 2 steps, 5 steps, 100 steps. Remember, my chapter 1, your chapter 1 is different from this person's chapter 25, as long as it moves us forward, okay? Comparison doesn't have to be our enemy. If we let it be our enemy, it will. But if it would let it be our inspiration, it fuels us on to bigger and better things. So anyway, I'm going to get off my little soapbox now. I hope wherever you're at, you're having a wonderful day. If you are in the process of starting, thinking about starting, maybe you've started and you're starting to try to figure out ways to help your print-on-demand business get a little traction, or maybe you've got some traction, you're looking to get more traction, wherever you're at on that journey. I hope that you'll follow along. Click the subscribe button, drop me a comment, let me know where you're at, what's going on in your world, what's working, what's not working, what you want to talk about. I would love to hear from you. I look at and read every single comment. Again, I don't have a billion of them, but this is chapter 1 of this YouTube channel as well. But I'd love to hear from where you're at. I hope you have a great day wherever you're at. Just move the needle a little bit today. You don't have to do 25 chapters worth of work today. Just do whatever it's going to take to push your story forward just a little bit. Hope you have a good one. I'll talk to you later.